Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick, illustrator for Gina K Designs, and I'm so grateful you could join me today. I have a brand new stamp set to share. Let's dive in and take a look. This is the brand new stamp set. It's called Wishing You Well. It's got a mixture of florals and sentiments and this cute little welly that I'm super excited about. And there's also a companion die set. And there is some elements for cutting out, some dies for cutting out the sentiments. So super fun. Okay, let's take a look at all of the elements in the stamp set before we dive into the inspiration. And I want to share a couple other stamp sets that all of my stamp sets are sized in proportion, and this stamp set will work with anything in my collection. But there are two stamp sets recently that came out last year that have some elements in it that are really useful for this stamp set. So I want to take a dive in and take a look at that and share that with you as well. Okay, so let's walk through all of the elements. So here is the boot and the pattern element to create the full welly. And here are some flourish elements and some leafery elements. I also have a two-step stamping option here. I love that we can do some open line art stamping and some solid stamping, and you could use these two separately. And one of the things I want to point out is the die that is available for this stamp can work with the open line and can also work with the silhouette. So it is tight enough around both. You'll get a little bit more of an edge around this one, but I intentionally try to design those two-step stamping elements to be that way so that you can have one die that works with both. And this is like one of my favorite parts of the stamp set. I know I'm saying that now because I'll say like everything is my favorite part. But we've got this piece of leafery and this really, really super cute two-step leafery option here. And this element right here can work so well as a pattern builder as well. I've got some centers for the florals. I have this pattern piece right here that is pulled out from the boot pattern, and you can use that. I'm going to share how I'm using that. Big honkin' floral, and the sentiments I have are wishing you well. Someone is thinking of you, and someone is thinking of you. It's me. So that's kind of super fun. Okay, I want to share that this set is completely inspired by this painting that I did last year. Okay, here's two versions of it. So I wanted to this inspired me so much. I actually taught a class on this, but this inspired me so much to create a stamp set so that we can recreate this look and feel of this painting for our card projects. So I've got this cute little welly, I've got the flowers here and some of the leafery elements, and I kind of translated that over into this look right here. I also got a pair. This is a funny story. I got a pair of my own wellies, my own boots from this company called Merry People, and I absolutely love them. They're so comfortable. So just kind of fun to share some of the inspiration and the things that go through my mind when I'm creating a stamp set. Okay, I want to share also some of the elements, some of the other two stamp sets that I really have found will work really, really well with Wishing You Well. And this is Showers of Blessings. And look at that. In this stamp set, I've got the rain elements in the stamp set that can work really well with the concepts going here. And as we head into spring and we've got our garden boots and things like that, this is just super fun. And the stamp set Friendship Blooms has a lot of our different builder elements here that can work really well with our pattern builders that are in here. Okay, let's take a deep dive in and take a look at the inspiration that I have to share with you today. I think this might be my favorite card, and that's kind of why I popped it to the top. So I've got that welly, and I did a little bit of watercoloring in it, and then I used that pattern stamp to just kind of create a loose pattern in there. We've got our leafery elements, big honkin' florals, and did a little bit of watercoloring here. And then just did a little bit of watercoloring on the bottom here to create a little bit of grounding for the welly. And everything can be die cut, but look, we don't get a lot of height from that. I love that. Love that. Okay. I also, as you well know, I also love to create patterns with our stamps. So this really super cute floral and leafery pattern, just kind of anchored at the top and the bottom here, and our little sentiment in the center. I love this card too. Okay, again with the patterns, and this is where I took the florals and just kind of did a little floral combination here, a mixture of two-step stamping, our line art, and our watercolor. And then I mashed this stamp set up with Friendship Blooms and did a little bit more of a pattern piece right here on the side. And I just kind of love the way this looks. It's got a little bit of a modern spin to it. It's just kind of fun. Okay, this one, this inspiration here, I went all ham. So we've got all of the elements going on here. I've got that two-step stamping happening with the welly and the pattern inside. Got my blooms, got my leafery. Love that two-step stamping that's happening right here in the leafery. And I just love this color combination. And that someone is thinking of you, it's me. I just love the way that looks. Okay. I love to take florals and leafery elements and kind of put them together in this really clean and simple card. And I mashed it up with Friendship is a Flower That Blooms All Season from my Friendship Bloom stamp set. I love that we can mix and match our stamp sets to create different looks. It's just so much fun. Okay. This card, I wanted to do another pattern card, which is super fun with that big, big open line floral. And I decided to do a little bit of a tone on tone. It's something that I haven't done in a while. So we've got some wild wisteria here and some lilac paper. And I cut out that Someone is Thinking of You. And I really like the dies that we have now that kind of cut out the sentiment. It still has that organic shape around it, but it gives you that kind of clean look of the sentiment without it being a rectangle or a sentiment strip. And I just kind of nested those three flowers right there just to kind of finish that off. Okay, I love this card, and this card reminds me of my little wellies. So because mine aren't really tall, they're just kind of like a half. So you can take all of your florals and you can drop them down a little bit and kind of create that look and feel. You can cut that boot in half if you wanted to, just to kind of create a different look for the welly. And then I've paired it up with the Rain from the Showers of Blessings stamp set to just get a really fun kind of spring look and feel to it. As with all of my stamp sets, I have a brand new card idea sheet for the Wishing You Well stamp set. There are 8 card ideas on this inspiration sheet. You can pick this up, indigojadeart.com, and then just click on the freebies, or you can grab this in the Gina K Designs Facebook group, and it's available there in the files. And I wanted to point out this card to you because it's an example of how I used that pattern stamp and then stamped it into the solid pattern for the boot. And I wanted to point that back out right here. So see how I just kind of did that, stamp that right into the boot, and you get a little bit of a different kind of texture and dimension. This is me nerding out, just kind of sharing you a little bit more. I hope you really enjoyed all of the inspiration I've shared today with my brand new stamp set called Wishing You Well. This stamp set is available now at GinaKDesigns.com in the What's New section, or you can click on my name, and all of the stamp sets in my collection with Gina K Designs will come up.
Thanks so much for watching. Please consider sharing the joy by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. And you can watch more card and watercolor tutorials here.